happy Sunday morning. We would like to welcome you again to our children's time that we are having. Please enjoy the story that we are going to tell you. Please have a family conversation afterwards. And we thank you for joining us and hope to see you soon in church.
All right, we are ready to start. And let's start with our opening that we use for Worship and Wonder. The Lord be with you and also with you. Today our story is about Jesus. Every year, the people of God travel to Jerusalem to celebrate the feast of the Passover. Remember, Passover is when we remember that God brought the people out of Egypt and crossed through the waters and took them to freedom. Jesus was on his way to Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover. When people knew Jesus was coming, they crowded around him. Everyone wanted to be next to Jesus and to be close to him. The old and sick people, the poor and frightened people, the children wanted to be close to Jesus, because they all knew that he loved them very much. Just outside of Jericho, on the ground sat a man named Bartimaeus. Now Bartimaeus was blind. He could not see anything. He couldn't see the sky, the sun, the trees, the clouds, no people, nothing. But Bartimaeus could hear. And he heard that Jesus was coming. When he knew that Jesus was getting nearer, he called out, "Jesus, Jesus, help me." Some of the people of the crowd came over to Bartimaeus and they said, "Be quiet. Don't bother Jesus. Be quiet." But Bartimaeus would not give up. And he called out again, "Jesus, help me. Jesus, help me." Jesus heard Bartimaeus, and he turned around, and he said, "Bring him to me." And so they brought Bartimaeus over to Jesus. Jesus asked him, "What do you want?" And Bartimaeus answered, "I want to see." Jesus gave him his sight. He said, "Now you can see." Bartimaeus was so surprised and so happy. He looked around, and for the first time ever, he saw the sky and the clouds and the sun. But most of all, he saw the face of Jesus. Everyone was so happy that they thanked God for what he had done. And Bartimaeus followed Jesus on their way to Jerusalem. I wonder how it would feel to be blind, to never have seen anything. I wonder how Bartimaeus felt when all of a sudden he could see everything for the first time ever. I wonder how the people felt when they saw this miracle happen. I wonder how Bartimaeus felt as he traveled with Jesus on to Jerusalem. I wonder how we feel when we see Jesus' face for the very first time. For your assignment, your response to this story, I'd like you each to get a piece of paper and draw something that you love to see. Maybe it's Grandma Sue, or maybe it's the sky with clouds and a rainbow. Maybe it's a tree, or your mom or dad or grandpa or grandma, or even a brother or sister. Think of something that you love to see and put it on a piece of paper. And God bless you this week with a good week.